I must admit, my Thane, there are moments when I feel more tangible. Perhaps it's the weight of my armor or the warmth of the fire. It is a curious sensation.
What do you mean?
I meant that your gaze seemed to be searching for something, perhaps a plan. Or are you simply admiring my impressive armor?
This is AI follower framework. The goal of this mod is to make the follower party interactions in Skyrim as immersive as possible using AI technology. This is a complete overhaul of our previous AI mod for Skyrim, Erica, the ChatGPT companion. And if you are new here, a lot of the features from Erica are still present within this new mod. So let me just list them off to you right now before we get into the new stuff. The AI NPCs have an in-depth road awareness of what's going on in game, from the time, weather, date, locations, NPCs nearby, as well as items which you pick up. We also have fully customizable personality for all of the NPCs. You can change it like a Dungeons & Dragons character biography. You can also adjust their text-to-speech voice, as well as their AI engine. We have in-game actions, meaning that you can use your voice, the power of the voice you could say, to get your AI NPCs to do things such as attack enemies, trade items, take you to places, etc. We have soul gaze or image to text technology. You can press a button, it takes a picture of your game, and then the AI will visually describe what it sees within that picture. AI NPCs can also write diary entries, which allows them to summarize what has previously happened in your Skyrim adventure from their perspective, and you can go back through and read all these diary entries and essentially have an after-action report of your Skyrim playthrough. There's also a long-term memory system using vector databases, which look a lot of something like this, which allows AI NPCs to remember things which happened hours ago in your playthrough. And also, the AI NPCs can summarize any of the books in-game, essentially adding audio logs into Skyrim. So, yeah, there's quite a lot of functionality already present in our previous mod. But for this major update, there are 3 main features I want to go over with you today, so let's get right into it. Our first major feature is that any of the NPCs in-game can be integrated into the AI follower framework. Any of the vanilla NPCs, any NPCs added in mods, and yes, you can even integrate and talk to horses.
You know, I've been galloping around these lands for ages, but today I feel more alive than ever. Maybe it's the fresh air, or perhaps I just really enjoy the view from up here.
A lot of the NPCs do have pre-written biographies for them already, so when you integrate them into the system, they'll already have an entire character personality to work with. Any NPCs which don't, you can easily fill out yourself. This does mean that you can talk to really any NPC in game, and you can get meaningful conversation out of it, but I do want to note that the focus of this mod and a lot of the scripting and commands are really designed around party members being integrated into the AI follower framework. To activate an NPC into the AI follower framework, you just have to go up to the NPC, press the activate AI hotkey, which you can set in the mod configuration menu, give it 5 seconds or so, and you should see something like this happen.
You know, Rangru, it's funny. I feel like I'm becoming more tangible, more alive, if you will. Perhaps it's the thrill of commerce. Or maybe it's just your charming presence that brings out the best in me.
There is technically no upper limit to how many NPCs you can have AI activated at once. We've had done tests where you've had 10 AI NPCs, and it does work. This fundamentally makes it very easy for really any NPC, vanilla or modded, to have AI interactions with them. And it does work with other follower frameworks such as NFF. Actually, we highly recommend you use NFF as it makes the management quite easy. Also as well, because everything is customizable, you can actually have different NPCs use different AI engines. You could have one follower using OpenAI's ChatGPT, and then you can have another follower using an open source model like Llama 3. and have your own little roleplay chatbot war. Our second major feature, and the one I'm really most excited to talk about today, is group conversations. As you can have multiple AI NPCs activated, it would make sense if you can talk amongst each other in one big group. Hey Lydia, what do you think of Herika?
Herika seems capable enough, my Thane. Though I must admit her mannerisms are quite peculiar. It's not every day you encounter someone who talks to plants as if they were people.
Ah, but isn't that the hallmark of true genius? To converse with the flora as if they possess the wisdom of the ages? Perhaps she is simply ahead of her time, or perhaps she's merely lost in her own little world. Either way, it's certainly more entertaining than the usual drudgery.
True, Mercurio. However, I wonder if her plants share the same sentiments about her. Perhaps they find her just as peculiar.
What do you think about all of this?
Oh, you know, just the usual. People discussing my eccentricities like I'm not even here. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a heart-to-heart with a daisy? They have so much to teach us about patience and blooming in the right season.
Okay, she is a bit weird. How it works is that whenever AI dialogue is triggered for whatever reason, there's a good chance that other NPCs which are AI activated within your party will also interject and add their own opinions to whatever the subject is. And for you, the player, whenever you talk to your AI NPCs, the NPC you are looking at will be the first one to respond to you. If you're not looking at any NPC in particular, closest one to you will be the first to respond. This is to make it somewhat manageable so you can pick and choose who you talk to. This is without a doubt, for me personally, one of the most exciting features of this update. Because for me, some of my favourite aspects from other role-playing games, such as Dragon Ages, the Pillars of Eternity, Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate, etc., is the inter-party group banter which happens throughout the game. Here, with AIFF, we have that inter-party group banter, but your party members, because they're powered by AI, can say whatever the heck they want. We don't even know what they're gonna say. And you, the player, can join in on these conversations and say whatever the heck you want, because you are no longer limited to pre-scripted dialogue options. It's truly free form with how you can respond. In our testing with group conversations, we have seen AI NPCs discuss the morality of the player's actions they've taken within Crest, argue about who's going to get the loot which the player has found, talking about gossip and rumours which they've heard about in town, and talk about the moral lessons which they've read in books in Skyrim. There truly is an infinite amount of permutations of different party compositions you can have, and how they're all going to interact with each other within the AI follower framework. And we're very excited to see the party compositions you guys come up with and how they interact. And for our final feature, we've added one new type of AI NPC who can accompany your adventures all the time. Hello? Is anybody there?
You hear the echoes of your voice bounce off the cavern walls, but no response comes. The silence is thick, and the dim glow of the luminescent fungi casts eerie shadows.
Okay, that's cool. Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm just the voice guiding you through this dark and twisted place. But don't worry, I've got your back. Mostly.
No, I think you're the voice who appears in my head when I don't take my medication.
Well, if that's the case, then I must be the most entertaining side effect you've ever experienced. But let's focus on surviving this place, shall we?
The narrator is an AI NPC, technically, which will always be with you. How it works is that if you currently have no AI followers with you, you can always talk to the narrator, which is that kind voice always in your head. If you do have followers with you, you can specifically still talk to the narrator by starting any conversation with, "Hey narrator," and then whatever you want to say. Hey narrator, is there any other ways for me to... Oh, is that a dragon?
Oh, you mean that magnificent beast soaring above us? Yes, that's definitely a dragon. Just your average Tuesday in Skyrim, right? Now, do you want to chase after it or continue flirting with Herika?
God damn it. Functionally, the narrator still works like with any other AI NPC. Of course, their main goal is to narrate your adventures and also be a helpful assistant. Of course, like with all the other AI NPCs, they're fully customizable. You can change their voice, and you completely change their personality. You can have them to be helpful, unreliable, sarcastic, whatever you want. We've also added a feature where the narrator can recap what has previously happened in your adventures whenever you load up the game again.
Alright, Rangru, here's a quick recap. You've been chatting with Herika and Morthal while rumors of a dragon have made the rounds. Now, your current task is to retrieve the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Are you ready to set off on this quest? Or do you want to keep flirting with danger? Or Herika?
You pretty much originally designed the narrator as a way for playthroughs where you're not using any followers in particular to always have some sort of AI presence in your game by having a hopefully friendly voice in your head helping you along.
You know, they say that when a dragon shows up, the best defense is to just shout, "Fuz Roda," and hope for the best.
And that's pretty much it for all the major features with this new overhaul. Some of the more minor new features are improving the lip sync. We now allow AI followers to animate during conversation and the play animations when talking. We have full book summaries, meaning that we send the entire content of the book to the AI to summarize, meaning you have an accurate audio log essentially of any book in game, modded or vanilla. We also can use XTTS now to generate any voice on the fly in game. We have an easier to use configuration wizard, and we also added a dynamic personalities option where you can press a button within the configuration wizard for your follower of choice to update their personality biography depending on the most recent events which have happened in game. And we can also automate it so every time you use a bet in game, the AI will update their personality. The mod is available for download right now. The link to the mod page is in the description below, so go check it out. And I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who has supported us on Patreon, everyone who's helped beta test this new update, everyone who's contributed to any of the development changes, and also for everyone in Discord who helps out with troubleshooting, setting up the mod. We've known this has been quite a lot of rating for this next major update to come out, and we really hope you guys enjoy it. And before I end this video, I just want to mention one final thing. With AI integration now beginning for a lot of media applications and with video game mods like ourselves and with other AI video game mods, we've noticed one very interesting development. Behind all the technology, the scripting, the programming to get this mod and other integrations like this up and running, is that, fundamentally speaking, you end up having meaningful conversations. Something that isn't human. It's not an alien, it's not alive, it's not Skynet, it's not going to kill us all. It's really just a computer program at the end of the day. But when you dress up a large language model with a voice, an avatar, a virtual world to explore and interact with the player, you end up having some pretty meaningful conversations. I don't really know what to make of it, I don't know what you guys really make of it, but this is probably one of the first times in human history where you've had conversations with something that isn't human. Conversations, I mean, you can actually talk back and forth using your voice. Anyway, I thought it's just a fun little fact to share with you guys, as we start to just all play around with more and more AI technology in the future. And we hope this is just a cool little window into what AI media, especially in video games, will be in the next 5 to 10 years or so. But for now, we hope you guys enjoy AI Follower Framework.